Hello students, hope you are in touch with the subject content. All of us have 24 hours only. Time management is to plan these 24 hours effectively and efficiently. Wise one is the one who comes out successfully in such a pandemic situation. This is the time we have to learn ourselves. Okay students, wishing you victorious Kargil Divas. Let us start today's session on ionization enthalpy part second. Till now, today we are learning factors that affect ionization enthalpy. In our previous class, we have studied that the ionization enthalpy is related to the force which binds the electrons to the nucleus. Which force? It is the attractive force that holds both nucleus and the electrons. Any factor which increases the binding force will increase ionization enthalpy, and any factor which decreases this force will cause a decrease in the ionization enthalpy. That means we have to concentrate on the force between nucleus and the electron. Any force which is affecting this force will affect the value of ionization enthalpy. So let us move to the today's topic on factors that affect ionization enthalpy, and here is the today's topic of discussion with the green letter: factors affecting ionization energy or enthalpy. And in my previous class I have made clear difference between energy and the enthalpy. Factor number 1: effective nuclear charge. Please recall our previous knowledge on the structure of atom. Effective nuclear charge means it is the charge of the nucleus on the outer electrons. Whether you move from left to right or top to bottom, atomic number is increasing. Because of increase in the atomic number of protons also increases in the nucleus, and that nucleus with the plus charge of the proton will control the electrons with how much capacity, with how much ability it controls. That is called effective nuclear charge. So sometimes it will control with exact how much protons are there, or sometimes slightly less than the how many protons are there, because of the factors we have already discussed in the previous class. So that is the point here: effective nuclear charge or Z effective. Please recall, once again I am reminding you, especially the Bohr's theory. Here, what is the factor? What is the relation? Effective nuclear charge is directly proportional to ionization energy. Means more the effective charge, more is the ionization energy. Why it is directly related? Because when the effective charge is more, then it can control the outer electrons, it can pull the outer electrons, it can drag the outer electrons. When it is dragging, I told you the force is very important. When it is having force on the electrons, then very difficult to remove the electron. The meaning of IE is to remove the electron. So if the effective nuclear charge is more, force is more, IE is also more. That's why IE is proportional to Z effective. Z is the atomic number, or symbolically it is taken, it is effective nuclear charge. Example: lithium less than the beryllium. When you move from lithium is atomic number 3, beryllium is atomic number 4. When you move from left to right, effective nuclear charge, what happens? Increases. So thereby beryllium will have more effective nuclear charge on the outer electrons compared to lithium. Therefore, because of the more effective nuclear charge, beryllium's IE is more compared to the lithium. Second example is boron less than carbon less than nitrogen. This is moving from left to right: boron, carbon, nitrogen. Okay, so moving from left to right, decrease in the size, okay, increase in the effective nuclear charge, and increase in the what? IE. Second factor is size of atom. Size of atom is inversely proportional to the IE. More the size, more far away is the electron. less the size, very close to the nucleus. Therefore, as the size of an atom increases, electron goes far away from the nucleus. When the electron goes far away from the nucleus, nucleus is having less control over the electron. That means for us it is very easy to remove the electron. That's why here the relation is what? Relation is inversely proportional. More the size, less the IE. Less the size, more is the IE. With examples. This is the example I have taken from the alkali metals: lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium. Okay, when you move from left to top to bottom, size increases very much. So because of increasing the size, automatically IE decreases. Cesium is the least, lithium is the most in this group only. Now beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium. This is the group example of alkaline earth metal. Same reason here also. Fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. This is the halogen family. We are moving from top to bottom in the halogen family, group 17th. So down the family, size increases, so IE decreases. Charge. Ionization energy is directly proportional to the positive charge and inversely proportional to the negative charge. Why? Because see, when neutral atom loses electron, it becomes a cation, positive ion. So taking, I told in the previous class, taking negative electron from the positive sphere is very difficult. Second is, after losing electron, after becoming the cation, proton charge is more in the nucleus than the electron. So proton controls the electron very much. That's why it is also difficult. So due to these two reasons, it is what? Directly proportional here, and in the case of negative, due to increasing the size, it is inversely proportional. Examples will make us clear. Now compare the IE of lithium with IE of Li plus. This has lost electron. Okay. Now 1s to 2s1 lithium, electron loss from the 2s area. So small size, controlled by the nucleus on the electron very much. Therefore, to remove electron from this area is very difficult, whereas it is easy to remove. So this is the relation. Second example, helium is less than helium plus. Magnesium is less than magnesium plus magnesium. Here we have removed 2 electrons. More the number of electrons it has lost, more is the positive charge on the nucleus, and control is more on the outer electrons. Very difficult to remove. And fourth example, same, neutral to plus cation, plus 2 cation, plus 3 cation, very difficult. Now here it is a case of negative ion, O minus 2. So O minus 2 is what? It has taken 2 electrons. So when it has taken 2 electrons, size is, it becomes more due to the repulsion. Okay, that means now for us easy to remove, because of the more size we feel easy to remove the electron. That's why O2 minus is less than the O minus and the O neutral oxygen atom. In the same way you can apply here also, and here he has compared to both plus and the minus of the same species. O is neutral, this side anion, this side cations, and cations are usually having more and anions are usually having less via neutral atom. So this is the order because of what? Because of the charge on the atom. Okay. Now electronic configuration, this is another factor. More stable is the electronic configuration, higher will be the IE. Okay, please see examples. Nitrogen and the oxygen. If you see the electronic configuration, it is 2s2 2p4. This is 2s2 2p3. Actually, nitrogen is after the oxygen. If you see the second period, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, then oxygen. So the general rule says that if you move from left to right, atomic size either constant or decreases. Because of decrease in the atomic size, IE increases. So n place is this side, actually left side. So it should what? It should decrease. Sorry, this is the where is the nitrogen? N is afterwards. So actually N should have less than the oxygen as per the general rule, but here special case is electronic configuration. This is what? This is 2p3 half filled, structure of atom, stability of fully filled, stability of the half filled. Okay, so compared to oxygen, this is what? Half filled, and here it is 2s2 in 2p4, it is 2px2, 2py1. Okay, 1, 1, 1, then 2 is there. That's why 2px2, 2py1, 2py2, two unpaired single electrons. So very easy to remove, but due to the stability, it has acquired extra stability. Therefore, this is more difficult to remove the electron. Easy to remove the electron. Same case with the phosphorus and the sulfur. You please compare. Now, penetration effect. Penetration is what? Penetration is how close is the orbital to the nucleus. If it is more close, it is more penetrating towards the nucleus, more difficult is the removal of electron. And study says that depend upon the shape of the orbitals, s orbitals spend more time near the nucleus than the p, than the d, than the f. This is the order, penetration order. Okay, so very difficult to remove s, p, d, f electron. This is the order. Okay, now one more is what? In addition to this, easier to remove an electron from a singly occupied p subshell as compared to a s subshell. So this is the example. Beryllium 1s2, 2s2, atomic number 4. This is 1s2, 2s2, 2p1, 2p1 far away. It is in the p1, so easy to remove single electron. Same question with magnesium and the aluminium. Now, variation of ionization enthalpy in S and P block. Okay. Though we have learned these factors, these are called general trends. But for every rules and regulations, there are some exceptions. So here also, when we go to particular example, slightly we see some exceptions. So general trends are there, no doubt, 90%. But apart from the general trends, there are some exceptions. There are some other factors. They also sometimes overtake over the general trends. That we study there and then when the example comes. Okay. Now, by taking the S&P block, separate discussion. See here. Okay, this is the S P P P P P. So this SP block area studied. Arrow mark is there here. Okay, so please go through, and here are some exceptions cases in the period and in the group. Okay, kindly go through. If not, you are most welcome to ask your doubts. I am here to clarify all your doubts. You see graphically. Okay, this is what? This is lithium, beryllium, lithium, beryllium, boron period. This is the trend in the period. Okay, so what is the trend in the period? As you move from left to right, okay, size decreases, thereby increasing the IE. Okay, yeah. Now this is in a group: lithium, potassium, rubidium. So bottom one have least one. Already it is told. Now this is special case. Okay, see here, H is having this much a single electron, very difficult to remove. This is fully filled, okay, and this is a S2. Now half filled is more. So all these are factors which is affecting the ionization enthalpy. Okay, okay, my dear boys, we have learnt this one. Now let us go to the conclusion part. So conclusion is, if you move from left to right, it is increasing. Top to bottom, decreasing, or bottom to top, it is increasing. Thank you, my dear boys. We'll see you once again in our next class.